Hi, everybody. I'm going to be in and out of the screen because it goes out of focus when I'm in the camera, when I'm in front of the camera. So today we're going to talk about slope-intercept form of a line. This is the slope-intercept equation, y equals mx plus b. You can pause the video if you need to stop to write something on your guided notes. So y equals mx plus b, where m is the slope and b is called the y-intercept. So we found out that slope meant modulus of the slope. Now we need to find out why the y-intercept is b. Those are two things I have never known. Okay, so I'm going to work a few examples. So remember, y equals mx plus b. So where I have the slope, I'm going to put that where my m is. So you'll see the slope is the number in front of the x. And the y-intercept, y-I-N-T, is the number out there by itself. So let's say I want to do slope-intercept form where my slope is equal to 2 and my y-intercept is -1. So y equals, you always do that, 2, my slope is 2, so the number in front of my x is going to be 2, and then plus a -1, and you don't have to put that plus there. I mean, you could write it like this, but you would not do that in algebra, and we're getting ready for algebra. Again, pause the video anytime you need to stop and write something down. Okay, here we have a slope of a -3/5 and y-intercept of 4. So y equals my slope times x plus my y-intercept of 4. Another one, slope is equal to -3 and y-intercept is equal to 2. So y equals -3x plus 2. That's my slope. That's my y-intercept. Now this one, slope equals -1 and y-intercept is 7. Now I'm going to do this. So y equals -1x plus 7. But in algebra, we don't write that like this. And this is pre-algebra, and it's getting you ready. So we're going to get in the habit of, when it's a 1, we don't write it. So my equation is y equals -x plus 7. Right? Let me clear this and do this for a second so I can move. Now, I didn't mean to do all of those for you. I meant to leave a couple of those first ones for you, but we'll go ahead and do this one. Okay, y-intercept by definition is the place where your graph crosses the y-axis. I'm gonna make this a little bit dimmer, a little bit more, without turning the lights all the way out, so you all can see that. Okay, so if you're following along with me on your guided notes, yeah, I think I won't read it. Okay, so if you see here, you see that right there where the graph crosses the y-axis? That is my y-intercept. So I read that right off my axis. So I start here at my origin and I'm going down, so it's -1, 2, 3, 4. That's a -4. So that is my y-intercept. That's where the equation crosses the y-axis, the vertical axis. So that's your y-intercept. Usually easy to find. If you speak Spanish, it's intersección de Y. Okay. Now we have to find the slope. And they gave us our 2 points So I'm going to start here, 1, 2, 3 over 1. So I went up 3 and over 1, and that simplifies to 3. So now my equation is y equals mx plus b. So remember, the number in front of x is my slope. So I'm going to put a 3 in front of my x, and my y-intercept is a -4. Okay. Had it a little bit up too far. Let me do this one. You see how when I walk in front, it just goes away? So we figured out what it was the other day. So here, that's my y-intercept. So if I count from my origin, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Why do you think I do the y-intercept first? Because it's the easiest thing to do. All right, now let's find my slope. We know it's going to be negative because it's leaning back. Remember from the guided notes from the other day, which I hope you printed out and put in your notebook, because we're going to have a few more like this, and you can use them on your tests and your quizzes, okay? So let's do the slope here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I went down 6. So that's positive. I mean, that's negative. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I went over 4. I need to simplify that. I have a -6 over 4 that I need to simplify. And that's going to simplify to a -3 over 2. And I'm going to step out of the camera so that you all can see, because it gets bright when I'm there. So y equals mx plus b. Y equals m, which is a -3 over 2, x plus b, which is my y-intercept. I'm just going to work a few more. I want you to work the rest of them. Let me see. That one's easy. That one's easy. Y-intercept. Okay. Let me just do, I'm going to do 9 and 11. Okay, so here is my y-intercept. That's a -3. So b is equal to -3. Notice I didn't have my m and my b down here. So my slope, my rise is 2, up 2. My run is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2 over 5. So y equals mx. M is 2/5. X plus a -3 would be -3. Anytime you have plus a negative number, it's just going to be minus. Okay, I'm going to do one more. My y-intercept is here. And if I count from my origin, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So b is equal to a +5. And let's find our slope. This one is negative because it's leaning back. So my rise is 1, 2, -2 over my run, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We don't count the first one. We just count from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then that simplifies to a -1 over 4. So y equals mx plus b. M is a -1 over 4. And b is 5. Okay, so remember to go ahead and do, let me step out of the way for a minute, I'm sorry, so that you can pause if you need to. All right, so remember to do the slope quiz. I want to make sure that you all have a good grasp of that, and watch this video and finish out the rest of these problems on this guided notes. All right, see y'all Thursday.